Hello. Hi. Let's talk about some Queendom Puzzle episodes 3 and 4, which is pretty much round 2, the remix battle. But before I get into that, first, the plugs. The Oh My Patreon. Yes, I am doing a whole watch-along series there where you can watch Queendom Puzzle and then play a video of me watching Queendom Puzzle, and it's like we're watching it together. Isn't that so cool? And like, it's only $1? What? And I'm also going to do some other series. I'm going to do it for Are You Next? Might do it for A2K? I don't know. Stuff's happening. Lots going on. But back to Queendom Puzzle. Before I start talking about like the actual round itself, I'll do like a little like speed run of everything that happened before it, which was the 7v7 battle, the pick versus the drop of the charismatic and the snap. I already talked about those performances, so I don't feel like I really need to go into that too much here. I will say I have some good taste in that my favorites for both of those were the winners. That's right. My favorite from the charismatic ones was the pick. My favorite from the snap was the drop. What do you know? They both won. I'm like so smart. I don't know. I just have good taste. You're not going to think of that after this video, I'm sure. And from each of the winners, we got our MVPs, Nana and Huiso, which valid picks. Totally agree. They both killed it, and then they got the power to create these groups for the remix battle. So, just like always, I'm going to start from my least favorite performance and count up or down, up, down. Count down, but starting with my least favorite, ending with my favorite, right? Going in order. But before I do the ranking, let me just say, this round was okay. I wasn't like, oh my god, like, yeah, that's fine. Sure. Yeah, no performance I'm like hooting and hollering over. Got some nice little claps for some. And let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Also, I don't agree with these rankings. This crowd was a bit... We'll get into it. So let's start with my least favorite performance. Yes and no. So, this performance really benefited from going first. I think when you're first to go, people don't really know what to gauge it on. So they're just like, that was cool. Sure. Yeah, they did something. I liked it. And then they see another performance and they kind of can finally go like, oh, maybe this isn't as good. If this is like the quality that we're going to be at. Yeah, I don't think this should have won. And I thought it made for terrible television that this was the first performance and it won. Where was the drama? I wanted someone to overtake first. This was just so anticlimactic. But the performance itself, Nana. Nana. Oh, I love you, Nana. I am questioning your choices of the girls in this weird assortment for the song Nude. I just don't fully understand where she thought Jihan was like the pick. I will say, I was surprised by Jihan. I thought she kind of killed it. So what do I know? But my overall kind of criticism of this is... I actually don't know what my overall criticism was. Really, okay. Doha captured the energy of Nude. Because, I mean, it makes sense. For one, she's a woman, right? She's a hag. You know, we've been around. We know how... No, I'm not going to finish saying that. And she also has years of experience in AOA, which was a sexy group. So, she killed it. But vocally, overall, I just don't think this group had a very mature enough sound to really pull this off. The concept itself was a bit weird. Not the direction I would have gone. I don't think it was a bad direction. Like, when they were talking about it, like dolls and everything, I was like, ooh, okay, I see the vision. And then, like, you know, marionettes and it's just a bit overdone. I don't know. A little spooky element. I didn't quite get it. Now, if I was in charge, I would have gone like some Cabaret Moulin Rouge. I would have really leaned into that. I just also really love that kind of concept. And that might have also been a bit too cliche since the song already has those elements. But it's just the route I would have gone. Also, I hate the outfits for this performance. They don't make any sense to me. Like, they don't fit the concept. They're just normal girl crush outfits, but for like a Nugu group. I don't like it. Okay, let's get some compliments going, okay? I'm not all a negative Nancy. I'll get some compliments. I think they did a really good job with the dancing. There's a big focus on the ropes and how difficult it was, and yeah, it looked really difficult. Glad that it all worked out. Happy for them. That was my main compliment. I don't think it was a bad stage. I just really didn't like it as much on rewatch. Might have been because I was a bit salty that they won. I didn't think that they should have won. But like, the more I kind of rewatched all the performances, the angrier I got about this. Like, it just does nothing for me. I love Nana. She's so much better than this. Oh, then Sooyoon. Let's talk about Sooyoon. I didn't forget her. Thought you did a fine job. Thought you did pretty well, like getting into the concept. Just as I mentioned earlier, voices just didn't really do it for me on the sound I would want for this performance. So, I am ranking it 6. It's a solid performance, okay? Like, yeah, why was this the most anticipated performance for the girls? I think that's a Korea thing. They love songs like this. And I mean, boa, and it's just them being 2 people. That's kind of exciting. And then like K's vocals, like. So I understand why there's anticipation for it, because it was kind of like, ooh, how's this gonna go? Went as well as I thought it would. I'll be honest, I don't like this song. I didn't realize this was like a boa classic. I don't get it. I don't really like it. I don't like the performance of it. That is a me problem, okay? I understand. I'm in the minority on that take. That's the bias I have coming into this. I thought Kay sounded so good. I am just in love with Kay's voice. I'm discovering that now. I knew like her voice was good. I've listened to Lovely's, but there's something different. She's hidden different in this show. And I think it's because she's being able to explore these different concepts. And her voice fits so well for concepts outside of like the fairy concept. Because right in Lovely's, she was pigeonholed into fairy concept. So now hearing her voice in these other like concepts, I really like it. Sohn also did a fantastic job as well. Both of them were great together. Unfortunately, Sohn, you just kind of get overshadowed a little bit by Kay's vocals, but you were still really, really good. Like, I don't want to take that away from you. You, as if she's watching this. I think my problem with this performance, outside of me not really liking the song, is it just didn't really make for a good stage performance. I mean, it was fine for television, but it makes sense to me why this didn't get as many votes as some others, because, like, yeah, they're not really performing to the crowd. It was a fine performance. Just wasn't for me. Oh. I have to just call out that one move. The walking move on the ground at the end was so cool. That was the best part. Also, I really like seeing their relationship and like the behind the scenes stuff of like them eating and having to hold hands. They were so cute. I love them. I'm just not gonna watch this performance ever again. I think I had the lowest expectations of this song going into this round, because what a song choice. Actually, in general, some weirdly recent song choices that just feel weird. It just feels too new. This is just such a random song. And then looking at the girls, SHINee. Okay, SHINee. Known for what? Vocals. They are a group of like main vocals and Minho, but he can sing, but like, you know, SHINee for the vocals. Then you look at this group and they're not really vocalists. Uyeon is. I don't think she's technically a main vocal. I think that's Minso in UA. I might be a fake wow, but I'm pretty sure Minso is the main vocal. Uyeon's like a close second. She's a lead vocal, maybe, at least. And then the rest of them, or like not. I guess Miru is a vocalist. I don't know her as that well, but I know she can sing. They're just not power vocalists. They're not shiny level vocalists. So that's a bit nerve-wracking. Granted, this isn't one of like Shiny's most vocal powerfuliness songs. But keeping all that in mind, I thought they did a fine job, even though like it wasn't like quite shiny level vocals. I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. I am happy that Uyeon got to redeem herself from the whole I envy you thing. She had her little part. She was looking cute. She might have been a bit too cute. I know she wanted to do this concept. Not really her strength, but you know, I'm a proud mother. You know, good job, Uyeon. Miru also doing a great job on the vocals. There are a lot of parts where it looked like she didn't sing it, but whatever. She was given face. She was trying her best. She wasn't the best dancer. That was part of the story, but you know, I still enjoyed watching her. Yeon is like the star. She is so good, so charismatic. I say the same thing every time. But like I just love her. She was just so cool. And the behind the scenes where they're helping Miru, like, oh my gosh, like speaking the Japanese to her, like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's gonna get her some votes. I just think she had the best best aura for this performance. Yoram, close second. I thought she was also really great. Her little dance solo thing on the piano was like a bit awkward, but I don't really blame her for that. Yoram's just really proved to me that she can do these concepts. I just always saw her as like this cute little girl. I was really excited for her to be in fighting originally, and it was weird because she was just like, why would they put me in this concept? Like as if she wasn't in a meme group. Like, Yoram, you realize you're in Chokame, right? But, you know, it's nice to see her do something different, so I thought she did great. And then we have my girl Joa, who... It was kind of funny seeing her try to pull off the, like, you know, badass concept. I think she did a great job. It's just funny because she's, like, cute. But, yeah, she did a great job. I love her. I really love her and everything that she's done. Overall, pretty happy with this group. Just wasn't, like, anything amazing. So, yeah, 4th place for me. I'm kind of baffled at how low their score was. Am I missing something? I didn't think this was bad. I thought this was like a rock solid performance. What am I missing? I mean, I guess I was like, the concept was weird. The whole little like Red Riding Hood thing and the wolves. Wasn't here for that. Has nothing to do with the song either. Whose idea was this? You don't have to have a gimmicky concept. Like, it's okay. I think of all the groups, this one had like the best combination of girls fit for the song. I think it was just like a really good combination of girls for this song, as I just said. Huisa, of course, kills it. She kills literally everything that she does. Vocal powerhouse. She's got stage presence. She was doing flips and kicks and splits. Like, she does it all. Her biggest weakness right now is she does tend to freak out when things don't go her way. And yes, she is one of the youngest on the show, and yes, she's just really competitive. I think she's really looking out that it's not coming across bad in the edits, or at least I don't think it is, because they could really make her look bad if they wanted to, but I think Mnet kind of is on Huisa's side. Like, I think they kind of want her to make this group. Like, the fact that they even had that scene where her and Rina were, like, outside of the hotel talking about it. They filmed it as if it wasn't a stage thing, but, like, they're clearly mic'd up, so it has to be staged. So they clearly must have wanted that to resolve, so it didn't look like Huisa just, like, threw a fit because she didn't get the main vocal part that went to Phi. But let's talk about Phi. Phi, oh my. I love her. I have been loving her. I loved her in this performance. I just loved her charisma. Most of the girls, okay, 2 of the girls, that's not really most of the girls, but half of the girls went for a more like tough girl, you know, facial expressions. And then I felt like Phi and Rina went more like kind of like sexy, a little like flirty. You know, they're smiling. I liked that. They were the two standouts for me in this performance because I just loved their energy and they just looked like they're having fun. That's what I like. I don't want to see this like tough girl act. And yes, I am kind of gonna say once again, wasn't really here for Sangha. She's just kind of awkward, but like she tries to like, you know, be like and like tough and kind of badass. Then there's just like awkward moments and it just feels weird. There's something a bit off. So she hasn't really clicked with me on this show. Even despite that, I still thought this was like a really solid performance. Oh, except I do actually have one more critique. The whippets were so weak. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. I don't know how they did it, but it sounded so pathetic. Like, I was going to like, whip it, 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 whip it. But it was like, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. I guess that's my biggest critique, besides the whole Red Riding Hood thing. Overall, like, solid. This did not deserve last place. This show's stupid. God, okay. I went back and forth a lot on number 1 and number 2. Like, they're pretty much tied for me. And as you can probably just see, I like fun performances. These top 2 were the only ones I was like, yes, great performances. Great still man. Like, solid. I said solid before. These were just so clearly the best 2 for me. Like, I knew these were my top 2. And I went back and forth. And I am going with, this is my second place. This is my second place. I think my biggest critique for this performance is there's just some, like, awkward moments with it. They could have, like, really, like, driven it home of, like, being fun and just, like, embracing the concept. And I didn't feel like every member was there. And, I mean, you can even just see it in the behind the scenes when they were prepping for this performance. Now, I have to give, like, a big... That was a round of applause. I didn't do the round. That was some applause for Judy for voicing her opinion to put herself into this group because, oh my god, did this group need her? And oh my god, do I love her? I am so close to becoming a Rocket Punch fan. You guys don't even know. I don't even listen to their music, but like, I'm so ready to become a Rocket Punch fan. She was hands down the best of this performance. She was so in it. And I wish everyone else was at her level. They just weren't quite there. And you know what? That's okay. I still think they had fun. I think the beginning was a bit too long, a bit too quiet. Like, even the crowd was getting a little like, what's going on? And it didn't really, like, bleed into the performance well. I think that's, like, the biggest, like, thing that bothered me was just the beginning part. After that, the performance starts, and it's fine. Julie, of course, did a fantastic job. We know she can do meme concepts. She was, like, the face of Momoland. She did great. Great! Love seeing Ju kind of break out of her shell a bit. She's getting to do, like, all these different concepts. I just love seeing her improve. My little triple S baby. She's still a bit awkward, but I think that's just kind of her, and that's just part of her charm. Sujin was really cute, but I do feel like she was kind of, like, hidden a bit. Like, she doesn't really stand out. She had a lot of parts in the song, don't get me wrong. But in the show, in general, she's just kind of there. It's weird. Like, I want some more Sujin. She's just really quiet. And I don't know if that's her. I never, like, got that vibe from her. I don't know her well enough to know she's normally like that. I want to see more of her, because I think she's really cute, really pretty. She's talented. And I feel so bad for her when they voted her out at the end of the show and she was crying. That was so mean. Mnet, what is this show? I'm not really gonna get into that whole nonsense that happens at the end of episode 4, but I mean, if you really want to see my reaction, you can. It is on my Patreon, but I'll probably talk about it maybe a little bit more in the next round. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time talking about, like, what happens in the episodes. I want, because, like, these videos are long enough, so I'm talking about the performances. But Sujin, I want more. Ellie! Can we acknowledge that Ellie hit that high note? Was there a reason why this was not discussed? I mean, are you showing your bias here? Like, how do you have Ellie hit that high note and there's, like, nothing. There's no reaction. There's no, like, close-up on her. She just hits it. And, like, we just move on with our day. Are you kidding me? Am I overthinking this? Am I looking into much into this? Like, I'm like baffled that we just glossed over that high note. There is no discussion on that high note in like the behind the scenes stuff. Every other performances we talk about, oh my gosh, who's gonna hit the high note is a big deal. This was the highest note, was it not? And we didn't even talk about it. And girl hit it like a freaking champ. Don't worry, Ellie. I heard you. I acknowledge you. She's another one of those girls I feel like it's just getting so edited out of the show. Like, Mnet, we see your favorites. We get it. Can we not pick the favorites this early on? Like, can we, like, try to show everyone? Thanks, like. But one of my favorites from this performance, outside of Jordy, who, like, freaking killed it, Yuki. Oh my gosh. I knew she could rap. I had not been impressed by her rapping so far in the show. Loved her in this. Was she the one that was moved into this performance? She was the one that I was kind of like, can she do this? Like, the other girls, I could see it. But Yuki felt like too cool for this. You know, she has that more like girl crush, you know, vibe about her. I mean, she's a rapper. Her group's a bit more on the darker side. And like, I'm so surprised. I mean, it made sense. Like, when I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, there is like a whole rapping part in the song. So she can do it. And she freaking killed it. And I think her kind of cool girl persona, like, really worked well. It was like a good like foil or you know to the other like girls. I thought it was fantastic. I thought she was really good. This was a great performance. The whole like ending with like the guns and everything, it was just so fun. I'm actually kind of shocked that this didn't beat Nude because it was so much more engaging with the crowd, and I would have thought that crowd engagement would get more points. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I mean, this still got second, which is also where I placed it. So and I'm still salty about that Nude getting first place. La 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 la. Yes, this is my first place. I didn't think this was gonna be my first place. Like, I went into this round thinking probably fighting was gonna be my favorite, and I walked out with this being my favorite because I just thought this was so fun. It was so fun. I love the whole little bubble. They got like a party going on at the end. It just made me feel happy. It made me feel something, first off. That's a good sign. But let's get into some specifics about this performance, okay? I want to talk about Bora. Anyone else feel like she's not coming across very well on the show? I like Bora. She has been my cherry bullet bias since day one, since debut. I heard her sing in that Into the New World dance practice video and I went, that's my girl. I'm not loving her so much on this show. Like, I understand she's competitive, but I just don't think she's coming across very great. And I think that's like partially her, not always the editing. Granted, they could have edited things in better, but they do like to show a lot of shots of Bora like smiling and then like clearly not liking something. Like, it's kind of like, you know? And then this whole, like, wanting to get the part that Yeonhee also wanted, and it's because she just, like, really wanted to hit the high note, and part of me's like, Bora, like, we know you can hit the high notes, like, we've seen it, we've seen you do it, like, maybe get someone else a shot, I don't know. Granted, I understand she is the better singer. Bora is the better singer, she can hit that high note, like, no sweat. Granted, I'm not totally sold on that all these performances saying live, so I don't know how like we really need that, but for one, that's just a weird part that the sub vocalist got the high note, whatever. But I thought Yeonhee would have been better for a lot of this like center parts. Mnet drama, god, the drama. I'm here for the drama, what can I say? I mean, Bora still did a great job. Like, she looked cute. I'm like kidding, like, ugh, anytime Bora talks now because I'm like nervous for her, like, girl. But talking about the other girls, I'll talk about Yeonhee, I guess, since I was just mentioning her. I adore her. I mean, she's been my Rocket Punch bias, even though, like, I didn't really know any Rocket Punch before the show. She's just always been my bias because I thought she was really pretty, and she was the one member I knew. And I'm loving her. The more I get to know her, I'm loving her more. I think she's so good. She's just so well-rounded. I think she's just very kind. I like her. I thought she was going to be more quiet and reserved, and she's not. But I dig it. Jiwon, as always, did a great job. I do agree with her in her objection that she should not have been in this performance. Not that I don't think she could have done it, she just already does kind of this stuff for her normal group, and she can do other stuff. I'm like baffled that Nana like didn't let her change. I was like mad for Jiwon because I would have loved to see Jiwon in something else, and she didn't really stand out in this, which was a bit disappointing because Jiwon's amazing. And then we had Chadin, because we had all 3 Cherry Bullet girls in the same group, which is weird. I thought that would play more as an advantage for them, but I guess it didn't, since this got 5th place. Stupid. This crowd sucked. But Chadin, she's another one of those that I just think has just like disappeared in the show. I feel like we don't see any of her. Mnet, stop playing favorites. And then we have my girl Soyeon. I love her. I am fully aware that she is not the most talented girl in the show. I just love her. And anything she does, Soyeon just makes me smile. And part of it's just like her smile. Like, she looks like she's having fun. Even if maybe she's not on beat. I don't know, I respect her. I love her so much. I say it every time. I have no idea how she comes across to people who don't know her. People might be annoyed with her. I hope that's not the case. I adore her. And I hope me shilling for her makes other people like her more. And she's so cute. And I thought she did fine in this. I thought she did like great. But yeah, that is my ranking of the performances. I can't imagine anyone else had the same ranking as me. I feel like I have hot takes and I can't tell. So would really love to hear like other people's rankings. I don't know, there's just something about me putting Nude in 6 that makes me feel like I'm I was gonna say that I'm an idiot, but like I think I'm the smart one. But I would like to know if I'm on my own island. Please tell me like y'all's rankings. But let's wrap this up with my top 7 of this round. And I'm gonna like really focus more on this round for my top 7 this time. I am feeling myself picking like the same 7 girls every time, and I don't want to do that because I want to shout out the girls that I think really shined, or that at least like went up a few spots in my mind. So here's my top 7 from this round. Judy from Rocket Punch, Yunhee from Rocket Punch, Huisa from High Key, Rina from High Key, Yuki from Purple Kiss, Phi, Kay from Lovelies. Yeah, that's right. I didn't include Nana this time. Even though Nana is kind of like my #1 girl, I don't think she earned it this week. But like, you guys don't understand how hard it is for me to pick a top 7 every time. Like I want to include Yoram, I want to include Yan, like, guys. Or Jiwon, don't even have Jiwon, like, I can't pick a top 7. It's literally impossible. I'm hoping that means, like, no matter what, I'll be happy with this lineup. But also might mean that no matter what, I'm going to be sad with this lineup. I don't know. Also, how do the points work? Did I miss this? I know they're giving out points. What do the points do? What do the votes do? What does any of this mean? I don't get this show. I'm gonna continue watching it. The next round seems intense. I'm not gonna talk about it here. So I will see y'all in 2 weeks, I guess, to talk about that. Remember, you can subscribe to my Patreon for $1, and you can like, watch the episodes with me, kind of, sort of. I watch them by myself, but you can watch them with me. I've got to go. Have a lovely time of day wherever, whenever you are. It is currently 11:18 p.m. Look at me getting it done before midnight. It's because New Jeans has their comeback in like 40 minutes. So I wanted to get this done so I can watch the New Jeans comeback. Well, it's not the comeback, the pre-release. Bye-bye.